Good evening, Summit County, and welcome to the Spotlight on Summit High School's Career and Technical Education program. We are so honored and proud to be here tonight to talk to you about this. My name is Drew Adkins, proud principal of Summit High School, and here to my left is Doug Blake, assistant principal and Career and Technical Education coordinator. And what we're going to be doing tonight is talking about some of our exciting programs that have historically been in existence at SHS and some of the exciting opportunities that we have and changes we've made to prepare kids for the 21st century workplace, post-secondary education. We're going to be talking a little bit, dialoguing back and forth, but you're going to see on your screen some of the PowerPoint presentation that we're sharing with our community and our stakeholders as we move through it. Again, we're extremely excited about this. We've solicited a lot of community input regarding what sort of programs are needed. You're going to hear us talk a lot about partnerships and collaborations with community businesses. We're going to talk a lot about credit opportunities with Colorado Mountain College and Metro State and other post-secondary institutions. We're going to talk a lot about workforce preparedness. We're going to talk a lot about the fact that the language has changed, but ultimately the goal is the same, is to give kids skills so that they can enter the workforce prepared and get a jump start on some of their careers and ambitions, aspirations.
Sounds great. Let's get to work.
Let's do it.
Exciting times here at Summit County High School. And let's go ahead and look at some of those graduation pathways that you talked about. Really, here at Summit High School, we try to offer as many opportunities for all students as possible. And when you're navigating through your high school career, it gets a little confusing sometimes, and really trying to identify what's the best path for you as a student. And so we've tried to bring it all together and create a guide to those pathways that identify some of those different opportunities for students. First one being our diploma program, which is really our most competitive academic pathway. Our IB diploma program students find themselves going to colleges, Yale, Columbia, Harvard, all over the spectrum, and they've really demonstrated some of that high academic achievement. Some of those students also might be interested in some of our career and technical education pathways that we're going to highlight tonight. But with the DP program, you have the opportunity to explore some of those career technical pathways and still receive your full diploma. Those are students who are getting the full diploma, but also spending a lot of time in our health sciences pathway, earning possible CNA license and things like that.
We affectionately refer to this screen as our car wash because there's a melding of different programs, and I think our kids, when historically people think of career and technical education, for some of our viewers it might be VOTech. Today we're talking career tech. In any one of our welding classrooms, you'll see a young lady who is a full DP student and in our top 10 academically. You'll see kids who are going down that pathway to go school to career, and some who are doing it for the artistic purposes. It's pretty cool, and as Doug says, it's hard to pigeonhole kids in one pathway. So you see on your screen there the melding of different opportunities for kids, and we encourage and actually require now kids to go down career pathways, but it certainly doesn't prohibit opportunities to earn college credit and or prepare them for the most rigorous programs in post-secondary. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with the IB program, we're fortunate to have it in Summit schools as a full district IB program for elementaries, middle school, and high school, middle years program, and then diploma program, and the most rigorous program available to students internationally. So thanks for highlighting that, Doug. I think one of the big things there that is at the bottom of that screen is that our kids are really earning, over almost 3,000 credits, 2,700 credits towards their college education, which is incredible when you look at the cost, which is nearing $600 a credit hour, which is pretty steep when you do the math there. So thanks. What, if you can tell us, our viewers probably don't know a lot about the state of Colorado's workforce readiness stipulations and opportunities, and how we're meeting some of those requirements here at the Green Machine.
Here at the high school, we're just trying to follow suit with the state plan. Career and technical education continues to grow. It's really an exciting time for our state as there's more opportunities for grants and funding and really ways to develop these programs in each of the schools throughout the state. And so the state plan really focuses on providing these programs that have a strong focus on academic content. They're looking to increase post-secondary workforce readiness, create some of those technical skills, 21st century learning skills, to really allow our students to have a seamless transition from high school into the workforce or that post-secondary pathway. Exciting stuff, and it really is an opportunity to meet challenges of a growing workforce needs as well. Mm-hmm. This really shows the organization and the plan put into place by the Colorado Community College system. There's really been career pathways, and we'll talk about what that's looked like at our school in the past, but there's career pathways all over secondary education. And so what the Colorado Community College system attempted to do here is to really compartmentalize and create a pathway that really helps group those courses together so students can explore a very specific area.
I think it's overwhelming. I think, as we said earlier, some of the categorization and ways that we can help kids find their pathway. We talk about the fact that it's just as valuable to try a class or a career pathway and go, that's not what I want to do, as it is to go, boy, I want to do something in the medical field. I'm just not sure. I walked into the med prep class the other day. There are kids there that want to go straight in and they're earning their CNA or wilderness first responder and go straight into industry. There are other kids that want to be pediatric surgeons in some way, and quite honestly, I think what we try to do is group our classes together in the way that the Colorado Community College system has provided that framework to provide those pathways so that kids can focus some energies and try some courses and prepare themselves for the next step. And what wasn't happening certainly when I was in school, and that's happening now, is in the junior and senior year, because we're partnering with concurrent enrollment opportunities like CMC or Metro State or whoever. We're having opportunities for kids to truly get in that pathway and earn those college credits. So this is a visual you'll see on your screen about some of the opportunities at SHS to get involved in pathways that are consistent with graduation expectations in the state of Colorado.
So the charge has really been to again, create programs that are properly aligned with those career pathways in the community college system and in the post-secondary realm and workforce areas as well. And so what can we do to build programs here at the school that facilitate that growth and development of our student learners to best prepare them for that next step? And so as we create and approve programs through the state of Colorado, we're really looking at opportunities for students to become a completer. And what that means is they've gone through those program requirements and leave not only with those skills, but with some other things that we'll talk about here shortly. So what you're looking at right now is the Summit High School program pathway. This really takes that big chart and focuses it down a little bit more. And the programs that are in green are our current most developed programs that have a lot of great student successes and stories over the years. Our Culinary Arts program focuses on creating the next caterer, cook, pro star competitor, and a whole bunch of different things.
Thanks, Doug. It's a good cross section, I think, of what we offer here, and then certainly, as we talked about earlier, you and I have both highlighted that where we have opportunities to collaborate and earn not only certifications in all of these courses, which are important as they move on from SHS here, but also college credit. So those who are in red on the screen as people are looking at that, earning 3 to 6 credits in each area, and true certifications that prepare them for the work world right away. One of the things that we've talked about a lot is not only integrating our opportunities with college credits and things like that, but also connecting to employers in the community. And certainly we reviewed some of the things on the screen that you see there with the career clusters and talking about assessing career and technical skills, and whether that's a welding certification or a certified nursing assistant, or you're going to come out with a wilderness first responder or your CPR first aid. We could go on and on. One of the things that we couldn't see success if we didn't have some connection to the community. So we'll use some analogies here, but one of our goals is, like, for instance, within Ski Tech, we have a great partnership with local businesses like Christie Sports, who have done a great job of supporting us with an assessment to be a certified ski tech in our ski tech program, which is kids love, bursting at the seams, and they're certified to go into ski shops. But the longevity of these programs and the success of them is completely contingent and absolutely dependent upon those. In our culinary program, multi-time state champions here wouldn't see success without Summit County Restaurant Association and the support that they've provided. So, whether it's Breck Welding or Climax Molybdenum Mines supporting some of those programs, again, we're looking for those partners. We have those relationships, but I think it's something we're looking to grow in the future.
So once we have a program and ensuring that students are really meeting those needs outlined by the Colorado plan, it really identifies how you create a plan of study that highlights, tracks a student's course load from a freshman taking very specific general ed classes all the way through their senior year. What are some of those necessary courses that can set those students up for success at that next level? And we're doing some of that in-house where students are leaving here ready to enter the workforce ahead of a lot of career-specific certification programs and things like that. We're doing that in-house so that our kids have met those expectations and met that plan as outlined by each of our courses. Really looking for accountability, finding ways to create project-based learning opportunities. You walk into our welding class, and you mentioned this before, students aren't just learning the skills, they're creating their personal projects and making these amazing art projects that really could resell for quite a bit throughout our community.
Yep, absolutely. So Doug, one of the things that community might be wondering about is, how do we dream up some of these programs? Are they established? And then how do we work through that from curriculum to then implementation and then kids gaining some of those certifications and being ready for a career?
The development of the program is quite a process, and ultimately, you mentioned before, it starts with an instructor who can teach the curriculum, and so there's a lot of expectations from state to get your career tech endorsement as a teacher. And this can be a teacher who's working in the school who took enough coursework in college or had a prior career in a certain field that can get that endorsement on their license. But we're also looking to the community to find some community members, some in-career folks who can help us out teaching this stuff.
Yeah,
and mentors. And sometimes, as we're growing the programs, we're looking for instructors who can come here for an opportunity to develop that. The pathways, again, ultimately are aligned to getting some college credit. And is the case with so many of our different programs and classes. We're trying to increase those opportunities of college credit here at the school, and it's lots of our opportunities through our partnerships with Colorado Mountain College and Metro State. Great opportunities for kids to earn those college credits.
You know, in highlighting some of them, I wanted to expand upon what you said, Doug, which is great. And one of the programs that's been a long-standing, successful program here is Culinary Arts. And if you've been in the SHS kitchen and had the good fortune of having some of Ms. Van Tiger and her kids' wonderful concoctions, it absolutely is a testament to, again, the partnerships. And a lot of our kids will transition. We had some kids who did very well in the state competition here, transitioned to CMC, were accepted into that program, into the Culinary Arts program, and helped them to win the state championship this year. I know we're all very proud of them as well. Earning industry certifications, supporting local businesses, working in those restaurants, and really fulfilling their dreams. And it's cool that it starts here, and you can go really from Summit High School to CMC, and then work within our community to do it. You don't have to leave Summit County in order to do that. And that's really our goal in a lot of areas. But as you see on your screen there with culinary, kids are going to get certifications like ServSafe. They're going to get a certificate for management within, or a workforce ready certificate within a range of classes where you might just dabble in it a little bit of, gosh, I just want to see what that's like in catering. Or maybe it's, I'm going all the way to Pro Start, and then I'm going to get involved in hospitality. So great program here in Summit High School with culinary.
Not helping my waistline there. Today I ate a ice cream lasagna, so.
Yeah, we absolutely appreciate being taste masters and testers for all their concoctions. I'm not so sure we can take any credit for their success, but opportunity to share in it, right?
It's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Health Sciences is another program that's been thriving over the years, and we have students from all areas with all different goals of what they want to do in the health sciences, taking classes in just traditional health sciences, technology 1 and 2, to some of our newly developed classes with the wilderness first aid and emergency medical responder. Ultimately, a lot of the students leave here with a certified nurse assistant certification and license, and they're ready to roll right out of high school.
Another cool partnership, some of our kids aren't able to achieve that EMT license because of their age, but that doesn't preclude us from supporting them and transitioning them to the CMC program where they can take it. So our EMT prep, I think, again, is fueling a very successful Colorado Mountain College certification program.
And again, the opportunity to earn certifications in these classes is incredible. CPR first aid, mental health first aid, universal precautions.
Yep.
These are certifications that are ready to go, and we have students out in the community saving people's lives and
Sure.
doing cool stuff.
Very neat. Many of the asks, I think, in our community, as we had a committee, as I stated at the introduction of this program, move through graduation requirements for 2021, which was required through the Colorado Department of Education. When we pulled our community stakeholders together, Doug, I know you were on that team. We started talking about what are the needs, and what is the next 20, 40 years of curriculum and education, and where should we put our resources? What does it look like for our kids? And the ask always is skilled trades, technical sciences. How come kids aren't prepared to go into some of our building programs in the industry that is driving Summit County and the fact is, we do have some of those, but there were some opportunities to expand. So as we've mentioned throughout, there's nothing cooler than going into a welding class, seeing a kid creating something from scratch and being passionate across a lot of the spectrum of SHS, but really feeds into whether it's welding, whether it's a construction tech building class, learning some of the woodworking trades or set design for theater, or our architectural classes for computer-aided drafting, doing internships, but certainly even working with some of the building teams on the project here at SHS. It all feeds into some of those technical, skilled trades and industry that, again, whether you're going in as an owner or somebody who has some great skills as a finished carpenter, it's wonderful. And even if it's not your main pathway, to have those skills exiting is just another feather in your cap. So we're extremely proud of those kids and those programs, and we see no end in sight. A good next step for us would be electrical, and the list goes on and on.
Really, the character of our community is helping guide our development of these programs.
Yeah.
How can we reflect? How can we prepare? How can we produce community members that are going to fit in with the career opportunities we have here in the high country?
Yeah, and I think, again, some of the exciting things that are coming down the pike are, we've mentioned Ski Tech, but we're partnering with an organization out of California that is doing bike tech. I know we've been very excited about that collaboration, and with the construction opportunity, we have new rooms and spaces for some of these. Pretty cool for our community to be able to have, again, certified bike technicians and ski technicians coming out of SHS, to be able to tool them in a way that we can do that successfully. But when we had this committee working together, we talked about public safety, how tough it is to get certainly a lot of the backbone support personnel for our community, and the outdoor ed industry. My goodness, living in a world-class outdoor environment here in Summit County, the things like wilderness first responder, EMT, et cetera, outdoor education is certainly high on the list of priorities for our students. So we're really looking to expand a lot of those areas that open up doorways and pathways, whether it's ski patrol or whether it's certainly working with a mountain rescue or what have you, our local firefighters, et cetera. Again, giving them the foundation to move forward.
21st century learning is really takes on a variety of shapes, as we see. You walk from room to room throughout the school, and technology is being used in so many different ways. It's not just a computer. It's the different machines and tools that really help create these new jobs and new opportunities for these kids.
Right. I think you hit the nail on the head, no pun intended. And that is that, it looks different, career and technical education, and we certainly invite our community to come in, stop in, and see us. We'd love to take you on a tour and see all the great things, whether it's building solar-powered cars and solar rollers that are in competitions. I think we're 3-time state champs of that, or little robots in our robotics, or all the other truly technical things that you think of when you think of a tech STEM lab, but then some of the things that are a little bit off the beaten path that weren't around when we were in high school, as we talked about, and whether that's, again, a ski bike tech program or welding, or even the studio we're sitting in right now in collaboration with SCTV. We really appreciate those opportunities for our kids, and quite honestly, a lot of times they go unnoticed, but we're on a path to making sure that our community is well aware of the wonderful programs that our high school has to offer our kids. Hopefully you see them out in the community working. Stop by and see us. We thank you for the support, because we certainly couldn't do it without you and without the awesome funding of our Summit County community. So we're going to keep growing those programs. And again, state of Colorado is more than willing to help us support with funding. I think that's another big question that comes down as we grow and expand. Certainly it's a shared, a collaborative venture with grants from the community, from the federal government, state government, and then our local, certainly tax base.
And we do have some great partnerships and some incredible support with these programs. So again, thank you very much, community. And we look forward to our building additions that can help house some of these cool programs.
Absolutely. We'll give them a final SHS, huh? 1, 2, 3.
SHS. Huh.
Go Tigers. Thanks for checking in.